Hello everybody and welcome back to part 2 of the TekTopia mod review. Now, really quickly before this video starts, I just want to say I will be streaming on Twitch at least 2 days a week, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, and if you guys would like to see that, there will be a link to it in the description below as well as my other socials. And I've actually started playing a survival series using TekTopia over on that Twitch if you guys want to check it out. Also, I just stream whatever I feel like. Anyways, get back into it. Let's begin. So, I have gone ahead and built a few new buildings, as you may or may not be able to tell. I hope you'd be able to tell. So first thing I want to cover is sugarcane. Now, you can grow sugarcane and your farmers will actually harvest it. Now, what sugarcane is used for is, well, you can use it to make paper. You can trade it with the merchant, which, by the way, another little building that you can create. It's not necessary, but it's just a little place the merchant will hang out, and he'll just stay there. Now, it's not actually necessary to trade with him, but it's just there to, like, have a place for him. And by the way, all of the buildings you can buy from the architect using emeralds that you get via trading with the merchant. Or, sorry, you don't get the buildings from the merchant, you get them from the architect. And you use emeralds that you get from the merchant by trading your produce, like wood, or like eggs, wool, that kind of stuff, items, minerals. But anyways, yeah, so over here what I've built is a chicken coop, a pig coop, a pig pen, a cow pen, and a sheep pen. Now, these are ranchers. Ranchers kind of take care of them, they breed them, and one really cool thing about this mod is once you've created a pen and you have a rancher taking care of it, any animals that were bred like by the ranchers, so these aren't wild, these are completely domesticated, will highlight up just like that when you enter, and then that'll go away when you exit. And then the same thing happens over here. You can see these two light up because they're both they were both bred by the ranchers. And then same thing, we come in here, that was bred by the ranchers. We go in here, and that was bred by their... Oh, none of these were bred by the ranchers. Now, you're probably wondering, well, but, like, what's the point in this? Why would I want cows or sheep or pigs or chickens? Well, sheep, obviously, you can get the wool. Cows, you can get milk if you give your ranchers buckets in the storage closet. They'll come and milk the cows. Okay, sorry about that one. I did not mean to take a screenshot. But anyways, so why would you want these cows, pigs, sheep, chicken, specifically pigs, just because they don't provide anything other than meat? And you may also be wondering, wait a minute, how are there two bred pigs if there's only one that's wild? Wouldn't you have to have had two wild pigs? Well, with this mod, once you do have ranchers, not only can these resources be used to make things, not only can the chef use these things, these creatures and their products to make like new dishes and stuff. We also have a villager called the butcher. Now the butcher, unfortunately does what a butcher does, and they will come over here and grab one of the animals, take them over to his little butcher room, and kill them. Now, the requirements for a butcher room, by the way, I believe there has to be at least 8 squares, which means like 8 places for him to walk, or 8 roof tiles. There needs to be at least 8 roof tiles, so 8 blocks worth of space. And then additionally, you can add a crafting table if you want them to make leather armor with the materials they grab from the cows. Now, let's see if I can find the butcher here. I don't know where they are. We'll get into them in a second. Yeah, I don't know. I think the next thing we'll get into is the guards. Um, so you can probably hear them snoring there. But the guards are villagers that will guard the town. Now, this is on peaceful mode. Oh, there's the butcher, by the way. Now, this is on peaceful mode, so there is no, like, uh, mobs right now because it's super flat. So if I put it on anything, it would just be slimes everywhere. Now, so the guards will protect the village from mobs. And what you need, so you don't actually need this building, but this is a barracks. You don't need a building to actually have the villagers, the guards. But if you want them to level up and train, you do need this area. And this also does count as a sleeping quarters, which means you don't actually need them to have, you don't actually need them taking up the actual players, or sorry, the other villagers' beds. Now, the requirements for this is like just you can have as many beds as you want in it, I believe. I think it's up to 10 per barracks building, and then you can also have armor stands in there for them to hit and train with. Now, these aren't required. That's just what you want to do if you want them to level up. Now, once you do have a barracks and you do have villagers, you can appoint one of the guards a captain, and the captain basically provides buffs to other guards when they are training. And you can see them doing their training right there. That power move where he jumped up, you have to have multiple armor stands for them to do that, because that's a move they'll use on multiple monsters. But yeah, so the captain kind of just provides buffs while they're attacking monsters. They provide buffs to other players, to other guards, sorry. The other guards will also salute them when walking by. Guards will also salute you when you walk by them, and that actually has a chance of giving them happiness. And I can show you this here. Let's see if he salutes us. He might have to be standing still. Now, with the guards, you're going to need guard posts. Now, you don't actually need guard posts. If you don't have guard posts, they kind of just walk around. But guard posts are the same as the merchant stall, which, by the way, I should have mentioned this earlier. But the requirements for a merchant stall are literally just you need the item frame with the item in it, and the merchant will kind of hang around there. You don't actually need a building for that, and the same is true for the guard post. So you just place an item frame with a guard post item in there, and then they will walk between each guard post that you have, and kind of just stand around. We'll see if I can get her to salute me. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright. Well, now for the guards. Oh, there she goes. Now, she didn't get any happiness from that, but they can get happiness. And when they do get happiness, by the way, they get this little, like, sparkles. I guess he has mined his way through this mine quite a bit here. Through this artificial mine. More so than I was expecting him to. He's going right through to the entrance. I'll have to fix that later. But yeah, by the way, I've also created a few new rooms as well on top of the butchers. But with guards, you do need to give them weapons. Now you can, they automatically have wooden swords, but you probably want them rocking more than just a wooden sword. So what you can actually do is get a smithy, a blacksmith. And the smithy is a building, and then the blacksmith will work in here. The requirements for this is you need furnaces and crafting tables and an anvil. So you just need a minimum of one furnace, one crafting table, and one anvil. I've kind of just added some stuff here. It also just has all the other building requirements. So you need a roof, although I did let it kind of be a little bit outside. But what happens is they take the items that the minor finds and gets and will turn them into armor um, and weapons. And then once you have those armors and weapons, they'll put them into the storage room, and the guards can just take them from the storage room. Now, additionally, you may have seen some guards with enchanted weapons. Now, the way that you actually get enchanted weapons is you need a library. Now, libraries are good for more than just enchanted weapons. Um, uh, the library during villagers' like free time when they're not working, they can just come in here and read some books. The requirements for a library, by the way, you just need bookshelves. Now, the requirements for a library are just bookshelves, and they need to be on the ground floor, so on the same level as the bottom part of the door. Now, so they won't actually read the second level, but like down here they'll read all of that. Um, so yeah, um, yeah. And then over here, I put an enchanting table in. Now, if you want to have enchanted weapons, then you need to have an enchanting table in your library. Um, and you need a villager called an enchanter. Now, the enchanter will grab weapons that are in the storage room that the blacksmith has created and take them in here, enchant them, and then put them back in the storage room. And the higher level is, the better enchants you're going to get, such as higher efficiency on axes, higher sharpness on swords, that kind of stuff. Yeah, and we'll get into the next building here. We'll go into the tavern. Now, the tavern is used to help make the villagers happy. So after the day has started to end, so like before they go to sleep, they will come over to the tavern, and the tavern is where they will hang out. They'll in Tango Tech's words, they will share a refreshing beverage, and if you have oh, I lagged a little bit there. If you have a bard, sorry, I forgot what they were called. But if you have a bard, the bard will play music for them. Now I have two bards. Only one of them can actually use this building at a time. Now the requirements for the tavern is that you just need chairs. Now you can only have as many villagers in here as there are chairs, so I kind of just made these two tables. You don't actually need tables, but you know, it looks better if you do. And then you can also additionally include a note block here, and then you can see they'll kind of stand near the note block. Otherwise, they'll kind of just walk around the tavern during this time. And you may have also been able to see earlier in the day, they kind of just, while people were working, were playing music, and that's another use. And they bring happiness, and happiness is extremely important because if they get too sad, they won't work. They won't level up as quickly. We'll get into the next building over here, which is actually our last building. So, one of the things that can happen after a day, I'm actually going to go to sleep here and see if I can get it to happen. Let me grab a bed. Is, see if it'll work. Maybe. I had it happen while I was planning some stuff. I don't think it did. No, it doesn't appear to have happened, unfortunately. Oh, by the way, guys, this is the enchanter right here. He enchants stuff. But what can happen is if they are at a certain happiness level, when they wake up, they will actually spawn a heart. Now, this heart, I'll actually give you an example right now. If you place it on an unclaimed bed, such as this one right here, if I place this heart, I guess that didn't work. But if you place it on an unclaimed bed, I think it's because I spawned it. But if you place it on an unclaimed bed, a child will spawn. A child NPC will spawn. Now, these child NPCs will kind of just walk around, skip around like this until they grow up. Now, if I right click on him, you can see he has 27 intelligence. Now, it's randomized when you place the heart down how much intelligence they have. Oh, good, they're refilling the mine that they mined all the way through. But they will have a randomized intelligence, just like nomads will have a randomized intelligence. And once again, the intelligence is how quickly they'll level up. So, like, this guy has some guard skills. So if I made him a guard, if he had higher intelligence, he'd level up in his guard skill quicker. Now, you can actually see right now he's actually about to go to school. Now, school is similar to the library where, like, adult villagers can hang out to level up their intelligence, except you actually have a teacher that teaches them. Now, the requirements for school is just having a teacher and chair. And obviously, the teacher can't teach if there's no children. And the way that a heart spawns, I believe, is if you have over 70 or 85% happiness or 85 happiness, they will have that chance of spawning a heart. Now, what this does is it makes their intelligence faster. There's some fun little animations they'll do in here. And then when they're actually an adult, when you actually give them a job, they'll learn a lot quicker, and your village can progress a lot faster. I don't know what these farmers are doing. They're kind of just vibing. But yeah, that's pretty much all is this mod. And for those of you wondering, how do I get these building tokens? How do I get these villagers? Well, every day nomads will walk in, and if you buy from the tradesman in here, you can actually buy like careers, so guard, butcher, and then if you right click on a nomad, they will turn into that. Now, we don't actually really get nomads anymore, just simply because they're like their village is big enough that it's not going to automatically spawn those in. Anyways, back to but yeah. So and then you can get the like building tokens from the architect. Now you do have to trade emeralds. Now the way you get emeralds, I went over this like at the beginning of the video, but the merchant will ask for certain goods. Let's see if I can find the merchant. There he is. So if I come over to the merchant here, I right click on him. Okay, so right now he's asking if you want to buy something, but he's asking for white wool. Now it's highlighted in green. What this means is that it needs to be provided by your villagers. So that means that if 64 wool that came from the villagers shearing sheep, if I trade that with the merchant, I will get those emeralds. But it has to come from the villagers shearing the sheep. I can't shear the sheep and give them that, unfortunately. I mean, you can see we have cows now, and I think, yep, we have little baby sheep now. And I think we also have some more chickens as well. I could be wrong. I am wrong. I think the butcher may have slaughtered some. And by the way, the butcher places the meat in the storage room, and then the chef cooks the meat to provide to the villagers. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this mod. There's a lot in it, and it takes a long time to actually get to this level that I'm at. I kind of just spawned everything in creative mode. Now, there is one more thing I would like to go over. So this is in peaceful mode, but let's say it wasn't in peaceful mode. Let's say it's in normal mode. Well, once your village has a certain amount of villagers, which I actually forget the number of, you can go ahead and look at the website, which will be in the link in the description below. For that website. Oh, look, some enchanted weapons. But let's say you're on normal mode. Once your village gets to a certain number of villagers, something called a necromancer will spawn in. Now, this is an aggressive mob that comes with the TekTopia mod. Now, the necromancer has a few varying degrees of difficulty, again, depending on how big your village is, and that's why guards are incredibly important. I don't know if I can spawn one in here. We can try necromancer. I think it'll just despawn, but we can try. Yeah, it just despawned. But what the necromancer does is it spawns zombies to help fight the village. And the necromancer will come in and basically just try and kill everything. And it's a pretty big thing, and that's why you're going to want this border. Now I built this border just simply because it's easier for the guards to kind of manage if it's only one opening. Um, and also, yeah, that's why you're going to want a border. Also because the necromancer can't like jump over this stuff. Fences. So now your border can be whatever it wants. I just chose fences because they're the simplest, and we have a little entrance here. But if the necromancer wants to come in, they have to come here where there's a whole bunch of guards. Um, and so that's why you're going to want guards. That's why guards are incredibly important. Yeah. Also, you'll notice little icons will appear above villagers' heads. Usually those images are pretty self-explanatory, like that one had a seed in a chicken, meaning it wants seeds to feed to the chicken. There's a little bed icon, which means that they want a place to sleep if you don't already have enough beds. There will be a little tavern icon above bards' heads if there's no tavern for them to play in. All that good stuff. But yeah, that's actually probably going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. It was a lot of fun. Make sure to go check out my Twitch. I will be playing TekTopia. I have a little TekTopia survival series I'm going to be playing over there. I might also play a little bit of Subnautica, and also The Sims, my own little world, and also just practice for my esports. But yeah, you guys can go check that out, link in the description, as well as my other socials. And if you guys did enjoy, seriously, please like it. Helps out a lot. You don't have to, but I would really appreciate it, as well as subscribing would also be greatly appreciated. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.